Your destination is on the left.
Come with me as we explore the USS Constitution Museum and the USS Constitution. On the grounds of the Boston National Historic Park, formerly known as the Charleston Navy Yard, you will see signs to the USS Constitution, which is where we will be going today. You enter through the USS Constitution Museum doors. You'll see the big, huge sign there. You can't miss it. At the time we visited, the museum hours were 9 a.m. to 6 p.m., and they did have a suggested admission, or in other words, a donation, of $10 to $15 for adults and $5 to $10 for children, which we thought was quite fair considering what you will be seeing. The first thing you come across is the museum store, which is quite impressive, and that takes you into a small museum area, which has all kinds of really neat and fascinating memorabilia about the USS Constitution and all kinds of history and information about it. Definitely take your time in here if you have about a half hour to an hour or so. Oh, and don't forget to check out the introductory video. Of course, it was copyrighted, so I can't show you any of that. But a hint is look around the room because there's a little mini museum in there as well. They even have a press vending machine for you. Who'd have thought? Just get a load of all the stuff that's in here. After you're finished viewing this wonderful museum, you go back downstairs and you'll see a direction sign that says exit this way. Then that takes you outside where you get another direction sign that takes you down a long corridor and into the visitor center, which is actually another museum. This museum is much smaller, but no less impressive. It gives a little more history of the USS Constitution and of the Navy Yard itself. So definitely worth it. A few moments to peruse, listen, learn, and then you'll see another exit sign that takes you out to the USS Constitution itself. And lots of opportunities for some fun pics. Either silly ones or serious, your choice. There is so much to learn here on the USS Constitution, so much history, and so much knowledge to enclose. I'm going to let my buddy Davis tell you all about it.
USS Constitution, also known as Old Ironsides, is a three-masted wooden-hulled heavy frigate of the United States Navy. She is the world's oldest commissioned naval warship still afloat. She was launched in 1797, one of 6 original frigates authorized for construction by the Naval Act of 1794 and the third constructed. The name Constitution was among 10 names submitted to President George Washington by Secretary of War Timothy Pickering in March of 1795 for the frigates that were to be constructed. Constitution and her sister ships were larger and more heavily armed and built than standard frigates of the period. She was built at Edmund Hart's Shipyard in the north end of Boston, Massachusetts. Her first duties were to provide protection for American merchant shipping during the Quasi-War with France and to defeat the Barbary pirates in the First Barbary War. Constitution is most noted for her actions during the War of 1812 against the United Kingdom when she captured numerous merchant ships and defeated 5 British warships. The battle with Guerriere earned her the nickname Old Ironsides and public adoration that has repeatedly saved her from scrapping. She continued to serve as flagship in the Mediterranean and African squadrons, and she circled the world in the 1840s. During the American Civil War, she served as a training ship for the United States Naval Academy. She carried American artwork and industrial displays to the Paris Exposition of 1878. Constitution was retired from active service in 1881 and served as a receiving ship until being designated a museum ship in 1907. In 1934, she completed a 3-year 90-port tour of the nation. She sailed under her own power for her 200th birthday in 1997 and again in August 2012 to commemorate the 200th anniversary of her victory over Guerriere. Constitution's stated mission today is to promote understanding of the Navy's role in war and peace through educational outreach, historical demonstration, and active participation in public events as part of the Naval History and Heritage Command. As she is a fully commissioned Navy ship, her crew of 75 officers and sailors participate in ceremonies, educational programs, and special events while keeping her open to visitors year-round and providing free tours. The officers and crew are all active-duty Navy personnel, and the assignment is considered to be special duty. She is usually berthed at Pier 1 of the former Charlestown Navy Yard at one end of Boston's Freedom Trail. Constitution was rated as a 44-gun frigate, but she often carried more than 50 guns at a time. Ships of this era had no permanent battery of guns such as those of modern Navy ships. The guns and cannons were designed to be completely portable and often were exchanged between ships as situations warranted. Each commanding officer outfitted armaments to his liking, taking into consideration factors such as the overall weight of stores, complement of personnel aboard, and planned routes to be sailed. Consequently, the armaments on ships changed often during their careers, and records of the changes were not generally kept.
Well, that was a lot of great information. Thank you, Davis.
You are very welcome.
Well, I hope you enjoyed coming along with us to explore the USS Constitution and the museums. And we hope you come back to watch more of our excursions in Massachusetts. But until then, as always, have a great day.